King feud has been simmering for weeks, but tonight it hit a fresh boil with the police deciding not to pursue the case against Carl after he circulated Clemmy's indecent image. Jimmy and Nicola allowed themselves a rare exhale. Carl can return to school. Life might look normal again. Then Joe and Dawn overheard the conversation in the woolpack, and the air turned sharp. It's clear Joe isn't done grieving what Clem has lost. I think that's why his temper sits so close to the surface. Humiliation doesn't end when the investigation does. Joe confronts Jimmy, accusing him of making excuses. He lays out the wreckage with painful precision. Clemmy's photo online, the fear that it will follow her forever, the desire to switch schools just to outrun the whispers. When Joe suggests Carl feels completely guiltless and then twists the knife with a barbed reference to Angelica and Bob's son, Jimmy surges to his feet before others pull him back. This moment shows how old wounds never really scab over on the Dales. They flare whenever someone dares to name them. Cooling, Jimmy leans on the system. The police have dropped it. There's nothing more to be done. Joe doesn't buy that. In front of a room full of onlookers, he fires the warning shot. You know me, Jimmy. Justice comes in many forms. Let's just see how this manifests for you and yours. It's theater and threat in one breath, and it lands with a thud that everyone hears. I think Joe means righteous fury, not violence, but words have a way of growing teeth when the night gets longer. And then the night does its worst. Later in the week, a distracted Joe takes his foot off the pedal for a heartbeat and hits Jimmy with his car. Shock detonates. Jimmy is left fighting for his life. Blue lights wash the street. The whispered question spreads faster than any statement can contain. Accident or revenge? This moment shows how timing can turn a feud into a crime scene, and how a single sentence in a pub can curdle into motive. Joe insists it was a split-second mistake, that he's in shock, that the horror is real, and our insider backs that sequence, a lapse, a body on the tarmac, and guilt roaring in his ears. But the village won't be the only judge. Caleb saw everything. With a witness in play, the truth won't just be what Joe believes. It'll be what Caleb decides to say. I think that's where the dread sits now. Justice in many forms, indeed. So, the threat echoes. The bonnet is dented, and a family waits at a hospital bed. If Caleb's account tilts the scales, Joe's words in the woolpack could be the line that costs him everything. And if they don't, Nicola's fury will. When the dust settles, will justice look anything like what Joe had in mind? Or has he set a trap that now snaps shut on himself?